And we want these athletes to basically almost feel like they're running in a tunnel, so to speak, as they go all around. We want the atmosphere to be absolutely unhinged. And again, these athletes deserve it, and this is why they're here at the Meet of Champions. So feel free to move around, get on the track, and cheer your kids on, and coaches, just make sure you got all the athletes cheering each other on out there. So again, 4 minutes away now, we'll be kicking off the action with our third heat, boys frosh-off 800. And we'll go from 3, 2, and then 1 as our fastest section. So we stand corrected. There's actually going to be 4 sections of the boys frosh-off. A lot of depth this year, unlike we've ever seen at the Meet of Champions. So we went with 4 heats of the boys frosh-off 800. You see our young men there warming up, getting ready to go. And again, our hats off to our crew that's been assembling these athletes on the track all day long since the sun was coming up. And they have been out there like clockwork here at the Meet of Champs. As you notice, one race ends, that gun goes off, and there's a lot of hidden parts to making that magic work. So thank you very much to all of our workers here at Arroyo High School and our folks from Chaffee High School. And we are almost ready to go here with our boys frosh-off 800 meters, the nighttime session. And there we go. A high racer meet of champions, our nighttime session. We're going to let our young men warm it up here. This is heat 4. We're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. Heat 4 of the boys 800. And Quang of Claremont and Foray of Bonita out well. Quang, a 10th grader from Claremont, taking us through at 31 in that opening 200. Josh Foray, 10th grader out of Bonita, right up there as well.
Do we have a third and fourth?
Daniel Diaz and Downey and Figueroa de Pena of Arroyo also in that group of 4. So we're just getting warmed up, folks. You're going to want to put your seatbelts on for the next couple hours. But our leader continuing to be Quang of Claremont. And it comes through 63, 63-1. There we go. See, now these splits are going to come up. We're going to see them. That's all I got. And Foray of Bonita. Now Foray on the outside making a move. Actually, that's Diaz of Downey making that move. They all came through under 64. Diaz of Downey, your leader. Figueroa de Pena. Now here we go on the backside of the track. And now making that move, it's Quang of Claremont back into the lead. Here they come. De Pena of Arroyo right on the inside. And now Ty of Roland. There they come. All the way down the pipe now. That's Foray of Bonita. Foray splits the sea there to a 2:06 victory. Josh Foray battling his way, elbowing his way all the way to the finish in a 2:06.73 win over Mace of Bakersfield and Ty of Roland. De Pena of Arroyo, your winner, Foray of Bonita, 2:06.73. This is heat 3, boys frosh off 800 meters. Again, due to the increased depth, we had to add a 4th heat this year. And that's Jacob Rodriguez of Buchanan taking us through the 350. Only a 9th grader. And Washington of Liberty running 3rd. And Federico of Buchanan going 1-2. 1-2, and now Felipe of Clovis moving up. 61-1. Faster than we had our previous section, to be expected. Federico, the 10th grader from Buchanan, and Rodriguez, the 9th grader. And Felipe Clovis, Rogue of Fountain Valley. Rodriguez and Federico. Ty Rogue on the victory there, 2:03.63. Ortiz of Madera South, 2:04.68. And Felipe of Clovis, 2:05.26. It's the second heat for boys Frosh-Soft 800 meters. And out there, Garcia of Matilda Torres, the 10th grader. He went 2:02 a year ago as a 9th grader. And Goldstein of Santa Monica, he's got 2:06. Garcia and Goldstein. And Hodegui of San Clemente now making a move. Hodegui on the outside, and they'll come across at 60.8. Goldstein of Santa Monica. Garcia of Matilda Torres. He's moving into the lead, but Hodegui of San Clemente right there in their shadow. And Hodegui trying to make a move on the outside. It's Garcia, Hodegui, Goldstein. Kozaki of West Torrance now making a move. Garcia, Matilda Torres, Hodegui of San Clemente, Troster of San Clemente making a move. Hodegui and Troster trying to steal this one from the outside. And Eric Troster, 2 flat 38. Goldstein, 2 flat 61. And Hodegui, 2 flat 73 with Garcia at 2:01. Eric Troster out of lane 3, taking home heat 3. And this is our invitational section here in the boys 800. Ryan Barris, he has gone 159 along with Jonathan Montijo of Servite and Cade Wilhoit. That's Matthias Dos Santos of San Clemente. Very impressive performance a week ago. One of the big reasons why San Clemente made the California State meet this past cross-country season. Well, Dos Santos right there up front. Wilhoit of Mission Vista right there with Montijo of Servite. Dos Santos and Montijo. Montijo 159 earlier this season. And Montijo right there with Dos Santos, the battle, the powers of Orange County up front. Again, Dos Santos, this is his first 800 meters. It's Wilhoit, though, of Mission Vista. He went 158 last weekend. And Cade Wilhoit, 10th grader out of Mission Vista in San Diego County. 158.72 a week ago and trying to improve upon that. But Dos Santos of San Clemente, he's coming back on the outside. It's Wilhoit, Dos Santos, and Matthias Dos Santos with that incredible late race kick, 156. And this is only the Frosh-Soft division. 156.46. Oh my Lord. Hello, San Clemente, they're back. And he went negative splits. Montijo, 157.15 lifetime best. Wilhoit, 157.69. And Vigo Bordelin, Foothill Tech with a great kick, 158.74. Woo! Welcome to the Meet of Champs, folks. Trying to catch our breaths here. Here's Heat 3 of the girls 800. And Jalen Erickson of Mission Vista out fast. And Kate Peroni of Maricosta. And Asha Giambattista of Liberty also right up front as well. They're going to come through the first 200 right there at 33-4. Erickson of Mission Vista. Michaela Gill, though, the sophomore from Valencia. She went 221 earlier this year, and now taking over. Nyla Nolan of Downey right there in that second spot, but that's going to be Michaela Gill taking us through that first lap at 67.0. Nolan moving up from the 400. She went 68.8, and Milena Ween of Roland coming through at 69. So everybody in it right now. Gill trying to peel away from everybody. But she's got about a 10-meter lead here with less than 300 to go. And Ween now moving into second place just ahead of Nolan. And they're trying to play catch-up. Michaela Gill, she took the risk, took the lead, and now trying to hold everybody off as Milena Ween of Roland, that great 800-meter program there, coming back. Nolan of Downey in third. Michaela Gill, your leader, with 100 meters to go. That clock at 2:02, 2:03. It's Gill, Nolan, here comes Nyla Nolan. Again, the 400-meter runner moving up, and she's showing off those wheels, and she's gonna bring home the win here in Heat 3 of the girls 800. Hello, 2:18. 2:18.47. Michaela Gill, lifetime best, 2:19.31. And Shane O'Brien of Maricosta, the great finish, 2:20.50, with Ween at 2:20.62. And Gracie Gazzetta, the junior out of King High School. She went 2:19 here a year ago. Olivia Ray, the 9th grader from Buchanan, 2:20 as an 8th grader a year ago. And they're coming through 33.8 for the first 200. And now Dimitrashuk of Buchanan up there as well. It's Gazzetta and the duel from Buchanan High School. Dimitrashuk of Buchanan now moving into the lead. She's going to take us through this first lap right there at 67 and change. And Gonzalez of Downey up there right there with Gazzetta as well. Hannah Wilbur of Woodbridge. And it's anybody's race here with 300 meters to go. And Hannah Wilbur now moving into third. And here comes Estella Turner of La Serna. Dimitrashuk of Buchanan, your leader. But Natalie Gonzalez of Downey High School on the outside. And here comes Gonzalez. And Natalie Gonzalez with cranking it into another gear. Finishing strong there, Hannah Wilbur of Woodbridge, but Natalie Gonzalez from Downey High School, very impressive finish there to 2:15.68. Even split that. Young lady from Buchanan at 2:17.43, Wilbur at Woodbridge 2:18.04, Gazetta 2:18.80, and Estella Turner 2:18.83. And now we move into our invitational portion of the girls 800. We got McKenna Hurst of Carlsbad coming off a 2:03.83 indoor performance a year ago. The University of Arkansas senior is one of the best in the nation right there representing Carlsbad. And it's Herbst out to the lead. Zamara Lewis of La Serna, she's coming off, she came 2:15 earlier this season. She was a Division I finalist a year ago in the 400 meters. And Gracie Smith, a freshman from Claremont, in that third spot. Right now, Herbst, Lewis, Smith. But Herbst has absolutely been on a mission here this fall and now going into the spring. Keep track of her time. She ain't going anywhere. And Herbst is just getting going. Her and her twin sister, both Arkansas commits, but 61 on that opening lap. And McKenna Herbst off to the races, 60.6. Lewis at 62.0 and Smith at 63. Herbst absolutely putting a clinic on a very, very talented field here, really opening this one up. Herbst right now, 2:07.54 is the top time in the nation. She is currently ranked number 2 in the country when it comes to outdoor. Of course, she went 2:03 indoors last week, but McKenna Herbst completely pulling away from a very talented field with Lewis in that second spot. And now here comes Smith of Claremont, but McKenna Herbst, folks, get on your feet, bring her in. She's at 1:49, 1:50, 1:53. It's Herbst and everybody else. McKenna Herbst of Carlsbad, 2:04. And that clock still under 2:10. Smith of Claremont coming through at 2:11. (2:04.72). New national outdoor leader, Miss McKenna Herbst of Carlsbad. Gracie Smith, 2:11.77 for the 9th grader. Allie Sharpman of Emmanuel, very nice second half there, 2:12.40. Michaela Morocco of Sage Creek, a 2:12.67. The freshman from Portola, Gersick, 2:13.04. And Avery Smith, the Cal Poly slow commit, with a new lifetime best at 2:13.71. And as you saw, we said the depth this year on the boys' side is out of control. We had 4 heats of the boys' varsity 800 meters on deck.
Test.
These boys actually being the 4th heat, they are all trying to go under 158. 158 being the cutoff. And Burgos of Downey, after watching his teammate Gonzalez roll to the victory not too long ago, he is out front and taking the group out well. Over here at 27, 28 for the first 200. Peter Jordan of St. Augustine making the trip up from San Diego, right there in that second spot. And it looks like Perea of Lucerna also right there as well. But Burgos of Downey doing the pacing chores early. Michael Bareilles of Redondo Union right there in that fifth spot. And they come through at 57. And Perea of Lucerna, he's going to be our leader now, taking over the chores with 300 to go. We're only at 115. And now Kobabe of Milliken moving into striking range. Pereira of Lucerna, Jordan of St. Augustine. And here comes Gillespie of Chino Hills. Elijah Pereira trying to move away from the field here from Lucerna. Here they come. Kobabe of Milliken. Everybody else playing catch up. That's Duenas of West Ranch finishing strong, but your winner, Elijah Pereira. Very well-paced race there. 156.16, 155.76. And we apologize. That was Peter Jordan of St. Augustine there for the victory, 155.77. Very impressive negative split race there. Kobabe of Milliken, a 156.39. So Mr. Peter Jordan taking over that second half of the race. Young man from St. Augustine, 155.77. And we still got 3 supposedly faster heats remaining. So again, we told you, put your seatbelts on, get ready. Kobabe coming through with 156.39. Everybody scraping off about 4 seconds off their previous lifetime best. Duenas at 157.22. Gillespie at 157.44. And Villarreal of Central. Huge last lap there. He negative split that at 157.53.
as we progress into our elite competition of the evening, athletes and coaches, we will stay right on that schedule. So we will not get ahead of that schedule. We'll go right on for the entire rest of the evening.
On the starting line right now, Heat 3, boys varsity, 800 meters. We got several boys here that have already gone under 158, but William Masanya of Cyprus really stepping it up this year. He's gone 156.87, one of the more improved runners in Orange County. Jalen Kennedy of Downey and Cameron Owens of Bakersfield out well. Coming through 27.3 for the first 200, 27.3. And Esquivel of Crescenta Valley also right there looking to go under 158 here. Masanya of Cyprus, he's currently in third. Jalen Kennedy of Downey, your leader, and here comes Masanya. And Esquivel of Crescenta Valley in that third spot, so they come through at 57. Very similar to what we saw in that opening heat. 57.11. Masanya and Kennedy. Owens of Bakersfield, Barrera of Beckman, and Oviedo of Valencia. Esquivel of Crescenta Valley. He's moving into range, but coming on the outside. And Velarde of Ayala now moving into pole position. And Velarde of Ayala looking to close this one down, but everybody else coming along with the ride. Here comes Barrera of Beckman. Barrera of Beckman trying to close in on Velarde of Ayala. Oh, we'll let our forensic finish results figure that one out. But that's going to be Barrera, Anthony Barrera with a huge comeback, 155.38. Velarde, 155.48. Esquivel, 156.20. Van Kruger of Oaks Christian, 156. Klinger of Valencia, 156. But your winner, Anthony Barrera. And he's going to come through 57-58 splits and bring home a new lifetime best of 155.38. All right, we're only getting faster, folks. In Heat 2, Logan Wash, he went 156 last weekend. Adam Divinity, 156 here a year ago. Jack Burnett, the junior, he's got a 155 lifetime best. Caleb Pascua of Redondo Union, he went 157 earlier this season. Ferris Radadine of Aliso Niguel really coming into his own, 157 at Irvine a couple weeks ago. Liam McKnight at Bakersfield, 154.99 lifetime best. Ian Castaneda of Oak Park, 156 here a year ago. Liam Zadurian of Crescenta Valley, 156. He just saw his teammate run 156, the defending Pacific League champ. Jack Watson and Mike Dickren, both of Newberry Park. Dickren was a Division II finalist a year ago. Adik Theme of Cripps Ranch, he's gone 155. He was a San Diego section finalist a year ago. Adrian Guerrero of Downey, 155 last week. Jacob Facena of Ayala, 155. Yasinowski really improved this year. He's gone 156. Franco of Great Oak, 156. And Harvison of West Ranch, also 156. And here we go. They just saw a 156, then they already saw two 155s. So definitely these boys have their eyes set on breaking 155. Burnett and Franco, Jay Serra and Great Oak getting after it. It's Harvison of West Ranch, Marco Franco of Great Oak, Burnett of Jay Serra. Franco, Harvison, and hello, 56 on this opening lap. They're bringing it. Burnett, 55.9 actually. Halverson, 56. Franco, 56. And here we go. 300 meters to go. We're still only at 112. And it's Burnett, Halverson, Franco. Yeah, Pascua of Redondo now making a move. He moves in the lead with 200 to go. Oh, Dick Theme of Scripps Ranch, some of the best in the San Diego section. Try to bring this one home, making the trip worth it. Everybody else giving chase. He's not backing down. Hello, look at that clock. 152, 153. Oh, and we're just warming up for the next heat. Marco Franco, Great Oak, 153.84. Yezganowski of Pacifica continues to impress, 154. Adik Theme of Scripps Ranch, 154. Facenda of Ayala, 154. Oh my, and we still got our fastest heat remaining. And so they're all just taking notes right now. And guys, as we said, get those seatbelts on because they're not getting any slower, even when we get into 1,600 meters. Dickren going under 155, Halverson 155. Nothing but PRs across the board for that group. All right, let's get it going. This is our invitational section for the boys 800. Juan Juarez of Liberty. He's gone 152 lifetime. He was a state meet finalist a year ago. Ty Newman of Jay Serra coming off a 154 effort last week at the Trophy Invite. Ian Hansen, the senior out of Maricosta, defending Bay League champ. He's gone 153. Kevin Sandoval of Glendora, 154. Alden Morales, a junior from Jay Serra. You may remember he came out of the gates, broke 140, went 149 a year ago, and he is our defending champ when he went 152, and he's coming off a 151 indoors effort last weekend. Gus Armstrong and Darian Shufford of Long Beach Poly, the dual, have both improved 154. Armstrong has improved by over 5 seconds, and Shufford at 156. Josiah Bowman, Sage Creek, He really threw down the hammer at the Irvine Invite earlier this year with negative splits at 153. He's got a lifetime best of 152. He is a state meet finalist. Evan Gardner of Homestead, 152, the two-time Central Coast section champion. He was a state meet qualifier a year ago. Callum Arnaudy of St. Augustine. He just saw his teammate break 156. I'm sure he's going to try to go after 155, and he was only a 159 guy a year ago. So the young man, junior from St. Augustine. Mason Colwell of Martin Luther King, 154 this year at the Mustang Invitational. Jack Paradise of Great Oak, 152. He was a state meet qualifier a year ago. Bradley Array of J. Serra. He's coming off a 417 at Redondo in the mile, and he's going to look to go under 155. And rounding out an incredibly talented field here. We told you these 800s were stacked. Jacob Brown of Great Oak, 153 here a year ago. He's gone 155 earlier this season. So the floor is set. The conditions are perfect. And if these boys aren't motivated by what they just witnessed in the 3 previous heats, we don't know what else we could do for it. Juarez, Newman, Hansen, Sandoval, Morales, Armstrong, Shufford, Bowman, Gardner, Arnaudy, Colwell, Paradise, Array, and Brown. Here we go, folks. You guys, the spectators, you're doing a phenomenal job. Make these athletes feel like they're running through a 2-lap tunnel. Here they go. Morales, he's our defending champion from a year ago, only a junior. Morales and Armstrong right to the front. And Shufford of Pauley. So Pauley with 2 in the top 3 at the 200. 26-7, 26-7. Hey everybody, hey, welcome. Get down there, go to PR Alley, get on the track. You could be real close to these athletes, but this is Morales. Morales is going to try to peel away from this competition. His teammate, Newman, going to be in there along with Array. 53, as advertised, 53.6. Morales looked great going 49. He actually went 154 in a dual meet the other day. Array, 54. Sandoval, Gardner, Juarez, everybody showing up to play. And Juarez of Liberty now moving up, but Alden Morales trying to run away with this one. 121 at 600 meters. Aaron Morales, your leader. Here comes Bowman of Sage Creek. Morales. And here comes Bowman. Morales and Bowman. Josiah Bowman. These are 2 juniors, but Josiah Bowman. Hello. 150. 150.39, 2 seconds off his lifetime best. Morales 150.80, Paradise 150.150, Juarez 152.12, Arnaudy of St. Augustine 153, Jacob Brown 153. Oh, Josiah Bowman, negative split that one, 55.3, came back with a 55.1, and absolutely off to a fire start here in 2025. Morales under 151 once again. And not to show too much glazing, but Bowman looking great there with that 150.39, sat back, let everybody else do the work, and unleashed with 200 to go. And after those 800s, going to catch our breath here. We're going to go into still very fast races here. This is the 1,600 meters. We're going to have 3 heats of the boys 1,600 meters frosh soft, and we're going to add to our total of how many boys are going to be under 5 minutes. Right now, we sit at 392 boys that have gone under 5 minutes today. And they are not waiting around. Some of these boys kind of using that pace from the 800 meters, what we just saw. But Mateo Sanchez, very talented 9th grader out of Redondo Union, taking that group through under 62. Yes, this is the 3rd heat of the boys frosh soft. And Sanchez right now just getting after it. Saywell of Saugus, Artias of Bonita, Torres of Clovis, and Sosa of Martin Luther King all coming through under 65. But your leader right now, Sanchez of Redondo Union. And so Aiden Torres of Clovis. So Sanchez continue to be our leader here at 2:09. So Sanchez and Torres and Saywell, but Sanchez right now coming through that halfway point at 2:09. Torres was at 2:12. But Sanchez coming off a great cross-country season. He represented the Redondo. And right now, he's opened up about a 15-meter lead here. And Saywell and now Sampson of Tesoro in that 3rd spot. Sosa of Martin Luther King, part of that chase group. And here comes Sanchez, 3:19. 3:19, and that whole group coming through at 4:25. We could be seeing Sanchez for sure trying to go under 4:25. These other gentlemen can go under 4:30. And again, this is just our opening session here of the boys frosh soft 1,600 meters. And Sanchez, he's had the lead all throughout, but right now that chase group using one another to start to chip away at it. And with 200 to go, they're at 3:58. They're at 4 minutes. And here comes everybody. And Sanchez trying to hold on, but here they come. That is Saywell of Saugus with a great finish, but Sanchez bringing this one home, 4:27. All those boys under 4:30. Mateo Sanchez, 4:26.80. Saywell, 4:27.56. Sosa with a great last lap of 64, 4:29.32. And Spickler of Portola, 4:29. And Cooper Sheriff of Peninsula, 4:29. 5 altogether under 4:30. Saywell finishing up there with a 63 on that last lap. But Mateo Sanchez, that's the time to beat, 4:26.80 with 2 heats remaining. A very talented field here, folks. We're only getting faster these next two heats. This is the Frosh-Soft boys, 1,600 meters. Very talented crew. Got St. John Bosco well represented here in this heat. And Medina, the 10th grader from St. John Bosco, representing those Braves up to the front. Nosu of Oaks Christian, he was part of that state championship squad this past cross-country season for Division IV, really stepping up, adding to that depth of that squad, but everybody in it. And Dominguez of Redlands East Valley, and Kleiman of Paso Robles on the outside moving up. And 66, pretty calm there. Based on the way they look, 66-3 there. That's Mashburn Keelian of West Torrance. That's actually going to come across first. Hickey of Clovis East along with Dominguez of Redlands East Valley. Those are your top three after one lap. Coming through there under 67. And Ethan Hickey now moving into the lead. Ethan Hickey on the inside. And Justin Arredondo of St. John Bosco getting up there in the top three. Arredondo into the lead with Hickey and Mashburn Gillian right there in the shadow. And Christopher Barron of Lucerna now moving up. But your new leader, Emery Dominguez of Redlands East Valley, and he's going to take this group here 2:14. So they're going to have to negative split this. They want to go under Sanchez's winning time from that previous section of 4:26. But Hickey, Arredondo, Mashburn Gillian, and Zach O'Leary of J. Sarah, along with Barron of Lucerna. Our folks at Finish Results providing live splits, so if you want to go on the app, you can see exactly what we're seeing. Nothing but the best. And Mashburn Killian of West Torrance back into the lead. It's Mashburn Killian, O'Leary, and Hickey. Those are your top three, but everybody in it. Mashburn Gillian and O'Leary. O'Leary on the outside. Mashburn Gillian in third. 3:23, here we go. Mashburn Gillian and O'Leary up front. Zasloff of Newberry Park now joining the party up front, along with Barron of Lucerna. O'Leary into the lead. And here comes Zasloff of Newberry Park. Zasloff into the lead. O'Leary, Mashburn Gillian trying to answer. We're at 4:08, 4:10. Here comes Sean Liu of Maricosta. And Sean Liu into another gear. Hello. Lane 3. And bringing this one home, 4:26. Liu was never in the top 5 until it counted most when he took home the victory there with his 4:26.33. Mashburn Gillian 4:27, O'Leary 4:27, Zasloff 4:28. And Sean Liu 62.4, throwing it down on that last lap and bringing home the win here in Heat 2 of the boys Frosh-Soft 1,600 meters. And now our fastest heat here in the boys frosh soft 1600 meter session. Mario Montoya, the 9th grader from Redondo. He already saw what his fellow 9th grader compadre did in that first heat. He is the California #2 freshman. Dean Britcher of Villa Park, he's gone 4:26. Bryson Kapnack of Ayala coming off a 1:58 effort this past Thursday. He's gone 4:29. Dylan Rea, 10th grader out of Buchanan, he's gone 4:27, as has Josiah Himsel of Hart. Brandon Hinojosa Garcia of Milliken, 4:28. Johan Anderson, San Clemente. One of the big reasons why San Clemente was able to make the California State meet in cross country, only a 10th grader. He'll be wearing hip number 7. Caleb Panagua of St. John Bosco coming off a 4:28 effort a couple days ago. Jesus Maldonado of Clovis, Roberto Osorio of Canyon. All these boys, with sub 4:29 resumes. Killian Sistoni of Maricosta, Lucas Nolman of Palos Verdes, Andrew Ray of Buchanan, Jamison Wiley of Hart, Kingsland Lynn of Santa Monica, Watson Eagles, Campbell Hall, Marcus Napoli of Napomo, Jay Lopez, #4 freshman in the state. He's gone 4:27 representing St. John Bosco. And last but definitely not least, Samuel Ina of Hart. Montoya of Redondo, they're your fastest time coming into the session, but Andrew Ray of Buchanan out quick and taking the group with him. And Hinojosa Garcia of Milliken right towards the front as well. Hinojosa Garcia of Milliken, your early leader here with Andrew Ray of Buchanan right on his shoulder. And loving the energy we're seeing down there. Good job, folks. Bring these kids across. Dylan Ray of Buchanan right there in that 3rd spot. And they come through at 64-65. Hinojosa Garcia representing Milliken, one of the more improved distance programs in the southern section. He brings us through that first lap at 64.9. Montoya of Redondo right there, along with Nolman of Palos Verdes and Himsel of Hart. So Jamison Wiley of Hart High School now making a move, but a nice surge in there. And Samuel Ina, his teammate right there with him, representing the Hawks of Hart High School. Montoya now taking over. Jamison Wiley in his shadow. Montoya, our pre-race favorite, now taking over. But right now, everybody going along for the ride, riding Montoya's Vapor here with 700 meters to go. We're at 2:28, 2:29. And Anderson of San Clemente. Montoya, Anderson, Montoya, the freshman, #2 in the state. And Anderson, much improved sophomore from San Clemente, running 2nd. Now Kinsley Lynn of Santa Monica moving up into that 3rd spot. Montoya, Anderson, and Lynn. And Himsel of Hart in that 4th spot with his teammate Wiley. Here we go. In Montoya of Redondo, Anderson of San Clemente. They're coming back big here. They're going to come back with a 60. That'll be under 4. They come back with a 61. That's going to be under 420. And this is what we saw from Anderson this past cross-country season. And Johan Anderson moving into the lead. And now Castoni of Maricosta making some moves. Only at 4 minutes right now, 4 minutes. Here they come, bring them in down to PR Alley. Look at the energy, bring them in. Let's get them under 420. Oh, Montoya with an answer. Anderson answering back. San Clemente, Redondo. Kinsley Lynn looking to surprise and finish. Castoni. And Castoni, Killian Castoni with the surprise, come from behind on the outside, then the inside, and the 421.86 victory. Montoya, 421, 61.3 on that last lap from Maricosta's Castoni. Anderson, 422. Napoli of Napomo with a 63 last lap, 423. And Himso of Hart, 424. But Killian Castoni saving the best for last. That last 200 meters there at 27.8.
What's up? Yeah, I don't know. I saw like 3 more like cars just come in too. 3 more cop cars.
Now we're going to get ready here for 3 heats of our girls 1600 meters. It took a sub 5:15 to get into this section. We already saw 5:07.90 from our open day session, and some of these girls right now chomping at the bit and ready to go under 5:10. Some of the top entries here, Isla Bulmer, the junior out of Claremont. She was a Southern Section Masters qualifier a year ago. Tiffany Sachs of Ventura, state meet qualifier a year ago. Becky Osorio, West Covina, she's gone 5:04. She was a Division II finalist a year ago. Kayla Tasser of J. Sarah, along with Erickson of Mission Vista. Mission Erickson coming back from the 800.
So what's your favorite country you've been to?
That's Kayla Tasser, junior out of J. Sarah. Lifetime best of 5 flat.
Okay.
And Sophie Nichols, the 9th grader from Ventura High School, also up in that front trio.
Oh yeah? Like humid or just like humid? Oh, it's true, okay.
And Isla Bulmer, coming off an incredible cross-country season. Again, she was a Masters qualifier a year ago in this event. It's Tasser in second, Nichols in third. Looks like Annika Mark of Saugus there in that 4th spot. So Bulmer taking the girls through 72.4, sub 73. And this is our 3rd heat. Tasser coming through under 73, Nichols, and indeed Annika Mark right there along with Natalie Duritz of Martin Luther King. So Bulmer continuing to push the pace. challenging Tasser, Nichols, and Mark to stay with her. Meanwhile, Druitz right there in the back of that chase pack, if you will. Druitz was a big catalyst behind Martin Luther King's girls making the state meet this last year in cross country. But Bulmer, she got 4:57 lifetime best. Nichols of Ventura, now the leader of that chase group. But Bulmer going to take us through at 2:31, so we are still sub 5:05 pace here for the 1,600 meters. Bulmer, Nichols, Druitz, Annika Mark. Annika Mark coming in with a 5:10 lifetime best right now under that. Continues to be Bulmer, Nichols, and Mark. Tasser still in that top four along with Druitz in that fifth position. 600 to go. We're at 3:14. And it's going to come down to these five with 500 meters to go. The clock's still only at 3:30. Bulmer has been your leader all throughout. Nichols and Annika Mark. Druitz and Lucy Varela of El Toro on the back of that five. Bulmer take them through 76, so they slowed down a little bit on that second lap and now reset themselves for a faster third lap. So far, Bulmer's gone 72, 78, 76. Bulmer, Mark, and Nichols. Okay. Isla Bulmer trying to go wire to wire here against an incredibly talented field. They're still 4:30, 4:35. Bring the heat, spectators. Bring them in, bring them in. Let's get them. Let's see if they can go under 5. We're at 4:45. Isla Bulmer. Bulmer, Mark, Nichols, right there at 5. 5 flat, .19. Our fastest time of the day. Annika Mark, 5:01.32, 9-second improvement there. Nichols, the 9th grader from Ventura, 5:01.70. Lucy Varela, 5:05.65. That's going to be a lifetime best by 7 seconds. Kat Pianka, great last lap there at 73, 5:06.43 to take that 5th spot. But Isla Bulmer, splits of 72, 78, 76, 73. So she actually went negative splits there. The junior from Claremont, your winner, 5. All right, and we only get faster. Heat 2, Isla Terrell, 9th grader from Monrovia, California, number 5 freshman. She's gone 5:07. Alexis Wolfinger, senior from West Torrance, 4:58. She was a Division II finalist a year ago. Abigail Fern of Woodbridge, she has gone 5:08. Gwyneth Williams of El Toro, she's gone 4:53 lifetime best. She was a state meet qualifier in the 800 meters and helped lead El Toro to the Division II California State Cross Country Championship. Ivanka Malasheva of Palos Verdes, she's gone 5:10, much improved. And Madeline Nilo of Bishop Amont, Jimenez of Madera South, Ramos of Chino Hills, Sophia Grant, she was a Division II finalist a year ago, has gone 4:56. And Camilla Salim of West Torrance, she's gone 5:05 lifetime. She is out to the lead along with Elizabeth Jacqueline. Martin Luther King, who went 5:05 at Redondo earlier this year. Abigail Fern of Woodbridge also in that front group.
Only shot the handle? Only shot the handle? Yeah.
Elizabeth Jacqueline, your early leader. And Delaney Napriala of Oaks Christian, 4:57 lifetime best. She was a Division III finalist a year ago. And now Sadie Wilson. And she's the defending Bay League champion from Maricosta. She's in that second spot. Jacqueline going to lead us through. Right there about 73. So, but everybody under 75. Young ladies grasping the moment right now, trying to see if they can take themselves under 5 minutes. Jacqueline continue to be your leader, but everybody in it, you can see it's somewhat of a conservative pace right now. Only a 1 second bubble from first to last here through the first 600 meters. Everybody letting Jacqueline do the pacing thus far. Jimenez of Madera South and Sadie Wilson of Maricosta up there. Everybody in it. Sadie Wilson now starting to push the pace from Maricosta. They come through at 2:33. So as they came out at 74, they came back with a 79 on that one. So again, expect to see negative splits, and there goes Sadie Wilson of Maricosta. And Sadie Wilson, but Gwyneth Williams, she was a state meet qualifier a year ago in the 800 meters. He has the wheels to bring this one home, and a lifetime best of 4:53. Wilson and Williams, Maricosta and El Toro. And now Sophia Grant of Newberry Park moving into striking range. Salim of West Torrance still right there along with Jacqueline. 3:48. Here we go. Do we have a sub 71? If we do, we got ourselves a sub 5. And those girls full throttle right now. Williams and Wilson. And Sophia Grant, Newberry Park, right there as well. Grant into the lead, the Division II finalist from a year ago. Wilson trying to counter with Williams. Who's it? Okay. Sophia Grant. Sophia Grant, Gwyneth Williams, and that's Salim of West Torrance right there in that front four. Bring him in, 4:43, 4:44. Gwyneth Williams, El Toro High School. Wilson, Salim of West Torrance pushing. Williams, Salim, sub 5. 4:58.74, 70 on that last lap from Williams. Salim, 4:58.84, also a 70 on that last lap. And Celine, that's going to scrape 7 seconds off her previous best. Sadie Wilson with a new lifetime best, 5:01.21. Naparoala of Oaks Christian with a huge kick, 5:01.53, just ahead of the freshman from Monrovia, Isla Terrell, 5:01.76. All right, here's what you showed up for, folks. This is the girls' invitational session of the 1,600 meters and the mile. We're going to push them back just a tad and call it the full mile, but here we go. Quite the resumes on board here. Sophie Pillay, the senior from J. Sarah, she's gone 5:01 lifetime. She is committed to attend Yale in the fall. Caitlin Kinney of Crescenta Valley, Division I finalist a year ago, has gone 4:59. Charlotte Hopkins, the junior out of Arcadia, she's already gone 4:53 this season. Kaya Stredback, the 9th grader from J. Sarah, number 2 freshman in the state, has gone 5:02. Carol Dye, what a great cross-country season she had, the sophomore from San Juan Hills, she's gone 5:04. Franny Perry of Templeton, state meet qualifier in this event a year ago, has gone 4:58. Brand Garcia, J. Sarah, 4:55 lifetime best. Kensley Buckley of Buchanan, state meet finalist a year ago, she's gone 4:56. Balaraman of North Hollywood, really impressive at the Winter Championships. She was a state meet qualifier out of the LA City section in the 800. Gabby Gutierrez of Buchanan, number 1 freshman. And Amber Daisy of Tesoro has gone 5:01. She's your early leader. Abigail Arrington of South Pasadena, Division III champion in this event. And she was an NXN qualifier. And right now, pretty conservative here for the first 200 meters. Robluski of Yorba Linda, state meet athlete in the 800 meter. Lucia Pearson of Saugus, Mackenzie Forrest of Tesoro, Hannah Pacheco of Stockdale, Amelia Gonzalez of Arcadia. Quite the field, folks. And right now, they're giving us time to give all their resumes. Really conservative here this first 300 meters. Chloe Elbaz of J. Sarah. She was the Trinity League runner-up a year ago. And that's Daisy and her teammate Mackenzie Forrest up front. They're going to come through the first 440 around 77. At 76.8. And Arrington, the NXN qualifier from this last fall and Division III cross-country state champ. He now moves into the lead. And the 2 teammates from Tesoro, Daisy and Forrest, right in Arrington's shadow. They only went out at 78 first lap, 78.6. Arrington on the outside. Forrest and Daisy continuing to do the pace setting. And right there, Elbaz, UCLA commit, right there in that 4th spot, right in the middle. They're about 2:33, so we are going to negative split this one, folks. Get ready. There are going to be some serious moves made here in the near future. And that was 76.2 for the full 440. So 76.8 down to a 76.2. And just under 2:33 for the half mile. But a seasoned veteran group here now. Arrington making her move. Arrington with a lifetime best of 4:49, but Chloe Elbaz of J. Sarah trying to match her, but right now, everybody in it, only about 1 second in this bubble. Now Isabella Wroblewski, the sophomore from Yorba Linda. She's got the wheels. She was a state meet qualifier in the 800 a year ago. Wroblewski on the outside of Arrington. And Elbaz on the inside. And now Charlotte Hopkins. Hopkins making a move to get into that fourth spot. Arrington, Elbaz, Wroblewski. Hopkins now moving into third. 73-4. Now we're racing. 3:47.3. It's Elbaz, Arrington, Hopkins, Wroblewski. That's Arrington, but Elbaz right on her shoulder. Hopkins right there in third. Wroblewski in fourth. And Caitlin Kinney of Crescenta Valley has joined that quartet up front as well. The Division I finalist from a year ago. Elbaz, and here comes Hopkins. Charlotte Hopkins let everybody else do the work and is bringing this one home. Hello. 4:55 for the full mile. 67 on that last lap. Chloe Elbaz, 4:56.75 for the full mile. Wroblewski with a lifetime best, 4:56.78. Caitlin Kinney continues to improve, lifetime best of 4:57.72. And Arrington, 4:58.41. And Balaraman, 4:59.97. Charlotte Hopkins taking over that last lap there to win our girls' Meet of Champs Invitational Mile. This is Heat 3, boys varsity, 1,600 meters, 3 heats remaining. Our boys looking to go. And so it took a 4:22 to get into this race right here, folks. This is Heat 3. Track is on fire. Spectators are on fire. Let's bring them in, try to get these boys under 4:20. Aaron Pavon doing his job, the senior out of Loyola, with a lifetime best of 4:18, and he's doing the pace setting this early. And Blake Harris, who's actually run a mile this year, 4:22 at the Tara Davis Invitational. So Mireos of Claremont coming through at 64 with Adrian Guerrero of Downey, Pavon, Hodegi of Buchanan, Lunetta of Martin Luther King, and Abbott of Dos Pueblos. Everybody along for the party here in Heat 3 of the boys 1,600 meters. And Owen Abbott now moving into the lead. Lyle Medeiros of Claremont right there in his shadow. And Michael Skorentz, only a 10th grader, gonna run with the big boys tonight. From South Pasadena now making a move. One of the top 9th grade 800, 1,600 meter specialists a year ago. Abbott, Medeiros, Skorentz. Abbott and Skorentz, they're gonna take us through the first 2 laps. And Lunetta now making a move to get up to 3rd. They come through at 2:10. Owen Abbott, Skaritz, Lunetta. And Medeiros of Claremont. Medeiros and Abbott, Lunetta. And Wozolowski now of Martin Luther King making a move. They come through 3:18 with 1 lap to go. 3:16, check that. Wozolowski making that great move into the lead. Medeiros, Lunetta, Skaritz, and Hodegi all coming through at 3:16. And Medeiros back into the lead. Wozolowski, though, answering. Wozolowski's teammate right there on his shoulder, Lunetta. Now Lunetta moving into second. Medeiros, Wozolowski, Lunetta, those top 3. Skaritz is right there as well. Bring them home. Here we go. Max Hodegi of Buchanan. He's going to try to steal this one from the outside. Woo-hoo-hoo. Folks, way to bring him in. 4:16.64, Medeiros for the win. Hodegi of 4:16.69, 60 on that last lap. Skaritz 4:17.13 for the sophomore. Lunetta 4:17, Wozolowski 4:17. Owen Souther, first year running distance, he runs a 4:18. Can't we all be lucky, huh? 4:16.64 your winner though, Laya, Medeiros, Claremont. Great field here, 4:20. You had to go under 4:20 to get into this race. Sandoval of Glendora coming off a 4:19 effort last week. Chase Manning of Tesoro, the junior, right to the front. And now Aiden Savala of Woodbridge, only a junior. He's gone 4:18 as a sophomore. And now Savala up to the front, but Mason Wynn of Beckman, he was part of that great Division I cross-country state championship squad. So everybody in it right there. But Mason Wynn's going to take us through at 63. And Savala right there, so our crew from Irvine, Beckman and Woodbridge, Adrian Cantu, only a 10th grader, also in this field along with Christian Yoder. Yoder, of course, helped lead his squad to the Division IV cross-country state championship with his teammate McNee. Christian Weber also right there from Beckman. So Sandoval to lead there with Wynn and Savala. McNee and Yoder right there towards the front. They're coming off 9-10 efforts at the Thousand Oaks Invitational a week ago. But Savala and Yoder to the front. Yoder trying to get out of that traffic and moving to the front here, 2:10. They come through at 2:10. And Yoder and Savala and Weber. Adiashi of San Pedro right there with his teammate Butterfield. They came through at 2:09. So negative split this, and we could have a sub 4:15. And now Kevin Sandoval of Glendora right up there. But Yoder and Weber and Sigwart of Palos Verdes. He's currently in fourth. And Sandoval, Yoder, Sigwart. Yeah, Kevin Sandoval, your leader up front. He was part of that great Glendora cross-country program. Coming back from an indoor meet a week ago, but here comes everybody else, including Blake Sigwart of Palos Verdes High School. Aiden Savala of Woodbridge closing strong. And that clock at 4 minutes. It's Sandoval, Sigwart, Zavala. Look at that clock. Christian Weber closing well. 4:13, 4:14, 4:15, 4:16. Get them under, guys. We're still under 4:20. Kevin Sandoval, your winner, 44-13-81, 60 on that last lap. Blake Sigwart of Palos Verdes, 4:14. Christian Weber, 4:15. Savala, 4:15. Yoder, 4:15. His teammate McNee at 4:16. And Radadine continuing to improve there at 4:17.
If we could have your attention, please, for just a couple minutes here. Tonight, we have a special honor that we'd like to bestow. In 1994, we had a freshman come out for cross country at Arroyo High School here. Michael Paredes, young freshman. He obviously had the talent, but he also had the heart of a champion. He was a great teammate. He was a great friend. And over his 4 years here at Arroyo, he lettered varsity in cross country 4 times. He lettered varsity in track 4 times. He was a varsity letterman in soccer. And by his senior year, he was the captain of our team. He was the MVP of our team, and he was the Mission Valley League champion. And he was instrumental in developing a group of young men that today, 25 years later, still remember those days as some of the finest days of their lives. A couple years after graduating from Arroyo, he joined the finest police department in the country, the El Monte City Police Department, and he served for 22 years with distinction, rising to the rank of sergeant. 2.5 years ago, unfortunately, he was killed in the line of duty, serving the city that he loved and the city that he served for over 2 decades. Tonight with us is Janine, his wife, his family, his son, his mother, family members, several members of the El Monte Police Department, and several members of the 1997 Arroyo Cross Country team. We are all here tonight to commemorate a great career of a great young man who served with distinction. So tonight we are naming our varsity mile race the Michael Paredes Mile, of which it'll be named and forever as that event. Furthermore, we're establishing a scholarship here at Arroyo High School, the Michael Paredes Memorial Scholarship Fund. Every year, a scholarship will be presented to a senior at Arroyo High School who demonstrates the tenacity that Michael demonstrated as a student and as an athlete, and who wants to pursue, just like Michael did, a career in law enforcement. And Janine, his wife, several members of the police department have all agreed to serve on that selection committee. So Michael's name will also, in perpetuity, be remembered as the Michael Paredes Scholarship. The final thing we'd like you to do is we're here to celebrate the life of a young man who brought so much joy. For the last half hour, I don't know if you've seen all these people down here. You know, this is a bit of a sad occasion, but you see a lot of smiles, because anytime anybody mentions Michael's name, you cannot mention it without bringing a smile to your face. And we remember the times when that skinny little boy came out, and the times when he became our league champion, and the times that he led us. So we are not just commemorating, but we are celebrating a life that was so well lived in such a short time that we will remember him forever. We hope that you will keep him and his family in your hearts and prayers. We do today, and we will every day. So thank you very much, and thank you all for coming tonight.
David Jackson does full.
So as we get ready for our inaugural Michael Paredes Mile here at the Meet of Champions. Great field assigned here. We're going to see some sub-410s, right, gentlemen? Well, Max Douglas, Corona Del Mar, off to Notre Dame. He was a Foot Locker National Qualifier state champion in Division 4 this last season. He's gone 4:15, fresh off at 8:59 a week ago at Laguna Beach. Tyler Dalek of Paso Robles, also a Foot Locker qualifier. He'll be heading off to San Luis Obispo. And at Paso Robles, he's gone 4:12.78. He was a state meet qualifier a year ago in the 3,200 meter. J.R. Lesher, Division II cross country state champion, off to NXN. He's gone 4:15. Aaron Feaster, big part of that Beckman State Championship squad in Division I, also gone 4:15. Dylan Jubek, he's gone 4:11. He is a Fullerton commit, senior out of Trabuco Hills. Isaiah McCorvey of Lancaster, he was 6th in cross country. He was only 4:22 a year ago. He's already gone 4:14 this year. Griffin Cushion of Tesoro, he's going to be headed off to Duke, and he was an NXN qualifier as well. He's gone 4:12. Dylan Flores of Glendora, CBU commit, down to Cal Baptist. He's gone 4:15. Ryan Berger of Maricosta has gone 4:16. Omar Fabila of Cathedral, he's going to go under 4:15. Marcus Salinas of Clovis East, gone 4:11. State meet finalist a year ago in this event. Maximo Zavaleta, he was 3rd here a year ago, went 4:08. He was the Southern Section Division I cross country champion. Oliver Zimmerman of Thousand Oaks, got 4:16. Hunter Hanna, Matilda Torres, 4:16. Chris Desai of Maricosta, coming off of 4:16 last week. And Adam Divinity Adam Divinity of Redondo Union has gone 4:15. Skilled is set, and they're getting after it right now. We saw a very, well, they're actually going to reset this. And of course, Adam Divinity of Redondo Union, he went 4:15 on his home track a couple weeks ago, with McCorvey winning that race at 4:14. So we're going to reset here. And the field is set. The Michael Paredes Mile here at the High Racer Meet of Champions. And that's Salinas of Clovis East out well, with McCorvey of Lancaster leading the chase pack. But Marcus Salinas, the junior out of Clovis East. Again, he was a state meet finalist a year ago, lifetime best of 4:11. He's taking these boys through. Pretty conservative, actually. Salinas, McCorvey, and Fabila of Cathedral. So Salinas, Jubak of right there coming through, right about 61. 61 on that 440. Remember, this is the full mile. Salinas and Jubak. Clovis East. And Fabila of Cathedral. Everybody in it, 600 meters through. Yeah. Continue to be Salinas, Jubak, and McCorvey, and everybody else just sitting there ready to pounce. And Dalek of Paso Robles. He's now moving up. He moves into that third slot. But J.R. Lesher right there in contact as well. They're going to come through about 2:06. 64.9. And on our bell lap, the son of Michael Paredes, Jacob Paredes, he will be on the bell there to welcome our boys into this last final lap. And we expect this thing to be barn buster here. And Jubak now moving into the lead. And Dylan Jubak, he's gone 4:11. He'll be off to Cal State Fullerton representing Trabuco Hills. And Tyler Dalek right there from Paso Robles along with Salinas. Salinas has been towards the front the entire race. Jubak and Dalek. Here comes McCorvey now. But Dalek looks real comfortable right now as we go into our bell lap. Jacob, great job. 62.8. Now we are opening up the gates. Here they come. 3:09 with one lap to go. Jubak and Dalek. Dalek right there towards the front, McCorvey. And here comes Griffin Cushion of Tesoro, the Duke commit. He went to NXN this last fall. And Lesher now into 4th place. But Griffin Cushion let everybody else do all the pace setting, and now he's going to try to bring this one home from Tesoro. Dalek, though, not done. It's Cushion, Dalek, Jubak, Griffin, Dalek. Oh, all the way for the full mile. They're going to be right there, 4:10. They're going to be sub 61 on that last lap. Dalek. Dalek, your winner, 4:10.63. Cushion, 4:10.65 for the 1,600 meters. That will go down to 4:09. Jubik, 4:11.91. Lesher, 4:13.34. Salinas, a 4:13.49, and Omar Fabila, 4:14.35. Great job there. That's going to wrap up our 1,600 meters miles here at the Meet of Champs, and on deck, 3,200 meters.
Asher Field of Foothill Technology, outstanding freshman for the Dragons on the inside. Now Luca Anderson of Claremont taking it out there. We're coming through at 76, so just over that 10-minute pace. We've got Anderson. Betcheller and Vergeer of Ventura, your top three. Coming around the second revolution here. Betcheller, your leader. Comes through at just under 10-minute pace. That was a 72.9, so picked up after that first lap. 2:28 and change. Bachelor, Field, and Zane Post, your top three. Keaton Hawkins and Jason Perez also up in that lead group, top five. Bachelor, Hawkins, and Field coming through 3 laps here. Usually the break into 32 at lap 3 and lap 5. These are your future cross-country stars here in the southern section, all the freshmen and sophomores. It's a 75. About 3:33. So scooting here early on. I was at 75.2. Bachelor, Hawkins, Field, and Post. Sebastian Di Vicente of Buena now appears to be the leader. Graham Reynolds, Panthers in Newberry Park. Moving up there as we're coming to the first mile here. Johansson up there, they come through at 4:50. That was a 76. So well under that 10-minute pace. Top entry time in here is in the high 950s. Reynolds. Bachelor and Johansson. As we're starting to have a little break here. See who hangs in these laps here to get that sub 10 minute here. Tighten it up again. Looks like we slowed down just a hair on this lap. Guys staying in contact here. Running crazy fast here. Latch on, boys. Coming to lap number 5. It's another 75. Staying at the 75s. You'll be under 10 minutes for about the first 10 there. It's a big lap here coming up. Usually where a little break goes in the 32. Field in the lead, the freshman from Foothill Technology. Now Graham Reynolds of Newberry Park. So Ventura County opponents. Field back into the lead. Kelsey of Mission Vista, San Diego section. Hanging right there. That's Field. Continue to lead. Looks like Graham coming to 2 laps to go. 7:30 is right as that 10-minute pace. Got to run under 2:30 those last 2 to break that 10. That was a 74, so dropping it down a little bit. See if you can latch on and run with them. Field. Vergeer, Ventura, once again, dual Ventura counties, same district. And Graham up there. .600 meters to go. Great race up front. Field. Looks like Reynolds come through it. 8:35, 8:45 is right at 10 flat. So lots of guys right in there if they can run that 75 second last lap. That was a 74. Field continue to lead. Fagir of Ventura up there, and they're picking up the pace. See who's getting that sub 10. Front group definitely will be there. We're at 9:35, 9:40, 9:45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 10 minutes. Asher Field runs 9:42.76 for the freshman. Coming up second, Ian McMurdy of Dos Pueblos, 9:44.12. Vergeer of Ventura, 9:44.15. Johansson of San Clemente, 9:44.20. Matsumoto of Agora, 9:49.50. De Vicente Buena, 9:49.83. Reynolds, 9:51.59. With the faster frost off heat. This is heat number top entry time, just well, number of outstanding runners in here. Barris of Beckman up in the lead. Barris has run 9:48.58 this season. He was 61st at Redondo in the 32. He was 32nd in Division I cross. He's in the lead. Guys are not being shy. We're coming out through real quick. 65 and change. Barris, Ramirez of Cajon, and Strobin, excuse me. Strobin of Northview, first three, but everybody's just latched on together there. Strobin has run 9:49.71. He was fifth at the Redondo Frost Soft. He ran 16:32 at D4 prelims. He was 51st at D4 Southern Section Finals in cross country. Barris, Ramirez, Hoover now, Central. Central, who just had the Division I NC2AA indoor champion in the mile, running 3:53 after running 4:14 in high school. So Central turning out some outstanding distance runners from the Central section. The Grizzlies. That was a 73. They came through at 2:18. Barris continues to lead. Ramirez of Cajon in second. He's run 9:28.06 already this season. Ramirez in second, and Hoover of Central, just a freshman. He was seventh at the Sanger Classic 32. He's run 9:35 as a freshman. He ran the Frost-Off race for small schools at Clovis, and he's right up there in the front end of that pack. That was a 72.9, 3:31. We're just over that 9:20 pace, and this is our Frost-Soft race. It'll heat up when we get to even faster for the varsity races, although this is a crazy fast Frost-Soft race. Barris been leading since the get-go. Ramirez, Hoover, and Herrera of La Serna. Barris has run 9:38.11. He was second at the Condor Invitational, 28th in Division II cross country, and 76th at state. Leaders stay the same. Now moving into the group is Isaac Johnson. That was a 71, bringing it down a little. 4:42.8. So we're sub 4:30 pace, a 9:30 pace, halfway home. Isaac Johnson is around 9:47.03 this year. He was sixth at the, he's now your leader. He was sixth at the Crescenta Valley distance, varsity 32, 38th in the state for Division I, 38th in the section, 44th in the state for the Falcons this cross-country season. He's at the front. He's run 9:47.03 for his best this season. Let's help these guys on. Line up along PR Alley and give some Lopez, excuse me, the freshman from St. John Bosco. 73 flat for that lap, 5:55.8 through 2,000 meters. That's just under 9:30 pace. If they stay even, if it cuts down, it'll be even faster. Ray Lopez has run 2:03.39 this season, 4:30.99. He was ninth at the Mustang Roundup 32 for the varsity. He's run 9:40.93. And he was 68th in Division III Southern Section cross country. Lopez continue to lead. Jacinto now into second. And coming up into the lead, Albert, 74.3 for that last lap, 7:10. Ucento has run 4:34.98 this season. He was 16th in the Mount Baldy League cross country, varsity 16 last year. And he was 67th in the Division I prelims in cross country, 67th at the Clovis Large Schools. And he's taking the lead and pushing as he'll be coming Gavin De La Fuente of Chino Hills, the freshman, now has moved up into second. Albert with a lap to go is scooting. .89, and the pack's coming after. Ucento, who's coming? De La Fuente now into the lead. De La Fuente. Lucan Clemens, Tribuco Hills, now into second. And we're at 9:22, 23, 24. Way under 69 on that last lap. And we're just at 9:35 right now. 9:40. 9:45. 9:50. And right at 10 minutes. So everybody through in 10. We're now moving in of 2 heats for the girls. You can see all the results on finishresults.com, and you can follow these things live on HD Runners. De Fuente 9:28.26. Clemens 9:32.39. Here we go with the first 2 heats of the girls. Reese Tamburo of Agora appears to be your early leader. Samantha Danaher of El Toro. They were Division I state champs, Division II state champs in cross this year. Byrne of South Pasadena now into the lead. Senior. She's run 9:30.36 this year. She is 4th in Division 3 Southern Section in the 32 last year, 3rd in the Rio Hondo League in the 16 and 32. She was 4th in the Southern Section and 12th in the state in cross country for the Tigers. Mia Ritter of Miracosta, just a sophomore. Becky Osorio, of West Covina, now up in that lead group. And now joining that group, now moving to the lead is Sophia Perez of the outstanding Oak Park Eagles program. Perez has run 11:18 this year, but we're all together here. Not going crazy fast in this girls .247.2 at the half. David Jackson, if you are at the meet tonight from Dos Pueblos, please come to the press box. David Jackson, if you are here tonight, please come to the press box. Byrne of South Pass. And now moving in there, Olivia Reed of Yorba Linda. Reed is on 9:14 and change this year, and 11:24. Let's help these girls along. Looks like Reed going in the lead. Moving up, Buckley of Wilson. Now we have a new leader. It's like Ritter, now your leader from Miracosta. That was an 87.5 for her. So we have Ritter, Perez, Byrne, Creason of Oak Park. So Oak Park with 2 in the top 4. Buckley of Wilson and Reese Tamburo of Agora. So Ritter at the front end, but everybody's still connected. Osorio now in the lead, West Covina. Leaders change, the pace stays the same. Reed in second, and Perez in third. Slows down there, 87 and change. Comes through at 5:39.8. Reed, Perez, Tamburo, Clark, Ellis. Osorio up there, Perez up there. Looks like Perez now into the lead. Dropped it down to an 81. .701.1, 81.4 on that Revolution. Is continuing to lead. Perez, 225.70 this year, 518.98. 11:18.51. She was third at the Don Green 32, seventh in Southern Section, Division III last year. Excuse me, in cross, and ninth in the state in cross. She ran 17:46 at Woodward Park, 18:01 at Mount Sac. She's up there battling at the front. In 2000, we were at 7:01, so we're under that 11:20 pace. It's Osorio, excuse me, in the lead. West Covina, that was an 82, 8:23.4 for 24. Knocking on the door of a low 11 in teens with 2 laps to go. Perez back into the lead. Correction. Osorio, excuse me, of West Covina is in the lead. Perez lurking in her shadow as we're coming to the bell. Osorio, 82, 9:45.9. Moving into third is Anna Cincio, excuse me, of Woodlake. Anna's run 11:20.64. She was first in Division IV Central Section 32 and 11th in the Masters meet. She's in third right now. We're coming to last 200 though. We're just at 10:30 right now. Becky Osorio of West Covina bringing it home. Let's help her down there in PR Alley. Let's give her a little love here. 10:54, 55, 56. She'll be just over 11. Villasencio. That was a 78.3 for our winner. Osorio 11:04.52. Vicencio of Woodlake, 11:07.55, big PRs. Sophie Perez, 11:09.14. Olivia Reed, 11:12.41. Brianna Richards continues to lower that time, dropped another 10 seconds for the Oxnard Yellow Jacket, 11:13.02. Alana Clark of Miracosa, 11:14.19. You'd find all these results on
All right, ladies, remember when you come up, keep your toe off the white line. Good luck. On your mark.
Heat 1 of the girls varsity. Amelia Sarkeesian of Brentwood, the sophomore. Early leader, but now we have Brooklyn Buckley from the Buchanan program, just a freshman. She's run 2:21.36 this year, 5:05.37. She was the first at the Sanger Spring Classic 16. And she was third in Central Section Division I, 19th in the state. She's run 17:49 at state as a freshman on that Buchanan Bears state championship team. .78.3. So early pace is right around that 10:40 pace. Carolyn Dye up there, Brooklyn Buckley, Alba of Beckman, McCullough, Newport Harbor, Alfred, a Brower of La Cañada also up there. Wolfinger also up there. Now your leader, Alba of Beckman. Buckley, Alba, who's run 11:10 this year. That was an 85, so slowed down a little bit, 2:43.8. Buckley, now Bibber of Woodbridge, and Alba, also Hembach of Peninsula.
Oh, from Blue? Oh, shit. Which one is that one? Oh, okay.
Bibber up there. She's run 11:07 this season. And Alba, but everybody's in contact as we come through 3 laps. Right about at 11 flat pace. 4:08 through 12. It's right at 11 flat. Slowed down a little bit. That was an 84.8. Alfred in the lead, Buckley in second. Nicole Alfred of Rancho Cucamonga now in the lead. And DeBrouwer, outstanding runner from La Cañona. She's run 4:57.63 this year, 10:31 flat. She was second in Division 4 cross country, and 17:38 at Mount Sac. She was fourth at the Foot Locker Western Regionals, and she was 24th in the Nationals. Alfred up there in second, but everybody's together. DeBrouwer on the inside, 5:30, so right at that 11 flat pace. And lots of girls in here have run significantly under that. That was an 81. Alfred has run 5:10.25 this year, 4:59.59 last year. She was 8th in Division 1 Central section, Southern section, D116, and she was a 16:32 champ in the baseline league. But DeBrouwer looks to be back in the lead. Alfred in second. And Erica Kirk, another Foot Locker national qualifier, in third from Vista Marietta with outstanding closing speed. Kirk now into second. It's DeBrouwer and Kirk. That was a 79, so dropping it down 650.2 through 2,000 meters. It's just under 11, just under the 11-minute mark. DeBrouwer, Kirk. Kirk has run 2:23.31 this year, 5:05.58. She ran 4:56.46 last year. She was 5th in Division 132 for the Southern section last year and 10th at the Masters meet. She ran 10:37 flat last year. She won the Mount Carmel Invitational 16 already this year. She was 8th in Division 1 Southern section cross country and 15th in the state. She ran 17:44 at Woodward Park, 17:41 at Mount Sac. So lots of credentials up at the front end in here. 2 Foot Locker national qualifiers. 7 and up, coming to 2,400 meters. DeBrouwer on the outside, Kirk on the inside. Kirk into the lead. That was an 82, slowed down a little bit, 8:12.6. Still under that 11-minute barrier here. Meet record held by the legendary Claudia Lane here at the Meet of Champions. And if you haven't checked it out, if it's still open, check out the booth for Hyde Racer. Evelyn Williams, the freshman from Trabuco, now moves into third. Williams 2:19.05 this year, 5:19.25. She's run 11 flat. She was 8th at Redondo in the 32. And she was 24th in Division I Southern Section, 30th in the state, member of their NXN team. So we have 3 people who have been in national cross-country races stepping it out as we're coming to the bell. We'll see who has the big finish speed. It is Kirk in the lead. That was a 79.9, 9:32.4. Kirk, DeBrouwer, and Williams. Kirk, white over blue, is in the lead. DeBrouwer moving on the outside. 250 meters to go. It's DeBrouwer and Kirk shoulder to shoulder. DeBrouwer inching ahead. Kirk not backing off. They're now back shoulder to shoulder. 200 meters to go. It's 8:10. It's 10:10. Kirk into the lead. Here comes Williams on the inside. DeBrouwer into third. It's Williams now coming on the outside, trying to take the lead. Kirk battling back again. Here comes Williams, the freshman from Trabuco, with a big finish. Kirk in second. DeBrouwer trying to come back. Williams looks to have a big PR. That was a 71.6 last lap. We're still under 11 minutes, 10:50, 10:53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 11 minutes. Williams, 10:44.27. Kirk, 10:46.93. DeBrouwer, 10:47.77. Carol Dye, 10:50.74. Greenway of Crescenta Valley, 10:51.33. Sarkeesian, 10:51.98. Buckley, 10:52.27. McCullough, 10:53.29. You can check out all the results on finishedresults.com. He is not. I'm sorry, what? Getting a start. No, Ramon is not up here. We're all alone. On the West Side Snack Bar, they're selling tacos for $2 and compulse for $1. Hurry over there before it's sold out. This is the first of 3 heats in the boys. 32. Segovino of Tulare Western. The Mustangs now in the lead is 18. Chance Leandro of Foothill Technology, he comes through at 66.7. Chance was a Ventura County champion last year in the 32. He helped the Dragons finish 3rd in the state of California in Division 4 cross country. He's run 9:31.22 this year, 9:28.43 last year. He was 23rd in the section, 25th in the state. He ran 15:49 at Woodward Park this year. Leandro, Teague of Hemet, and Koopman of Rancho Cucamonga now in that lead group. Teague has run 9:35 this year. He was 29th at Redondo, 19th in Division I cross country. He's in second, right behind Chance Leandro. That was a 68, 2:15, 4. So in that low 9-0 range early on here with Leandro in the lead. Koopman and Teague also up there. Koopman has run 2:01.77 this year. He ran 4:22.93 last year. He ran 9:22.74. He was second in the baseline 32. He ran 15:28 at Mount Sac. Looks like we have a little shift at the lead. Leandro has been doing the work at the front. Senior from Foothill Technology. That was a 70.7, 3:26 through 3. Leandro, Teague, and Koopman continue to be the top 3. As top 4 trying to make a little break on his 3rd lap. Leandro looking to stretch the pace out a little bit here. Now moving up into that group is Sanchez, Ruben Sanchez of Great Oak. Leandro continuing to do the work at the front end. Birch of Glendora now in 5th. 4:37.7, that was a 71.7. Lots of deals at the snack bar. You hurry over, get those $2 tacos. They're going fast. Top 3 stay the same. Chance Leandro. Top 5 stay the same. Teague in 2nd. Koopman in 3rd. Now Owen Teague, the senior from Hemet. Sanchez, Great Oak, now moving up on the shoulder. Leandro hanging tough in 3rd. That was a 73, so we slowed down a little bit there. 5:50 through 2,000 meters. It's right at 9:20 pace, which would be PRs for most of these guys. Birch in Birch, Sanchez, Koopman, Birch, Teague, Sanchez, and Leandro lashing on at the tail as we come to 2,400 meters. Just 2 laps to go. Right at 7:01, 7:01.4. That was a 70.8. 2,400 meters. We stay even. It's right at 9:20. A couple of big last laps will drop it under that 9:20 pace. Leandro making a move on the outside. Birch, Koopman, Leandro, your top 3. As we're coming to the bell. Teague now back into the lead, taking it at the bell. Owen Teague, Hemet, 74.8 on that, 8:14.2. Under 66 will be under 9:20. 8:30 right now with 300 meters to go, and Owen Teague trying to stretch it out. .840, Teague continues to lead. Birch in second. Sanchez in third. 200 meters to go, less than 200. Help around this last turn here. This is just the third of our 3 heats. The boys 32. 9:05 right now on the home stretch. 9:10. 9:15, Owen Teague will be your winner, 64.3 on that last lap. Owen Teague, 9:18.77, finishes at 64.4. Ruben Sanchez, 9:22, finishes at 67.3. Brady Birch of Glendora, 9:23.95, finishes at 69.20. Fidel of J. Serra, 9:27.00. Finishes 65.08. Luke Della of Peninsula, 9:28.05, finishes 66.15. Only 2 races left here tonight at the Meet of Champions. Get those voices going. Get a little life at TR Alley and around the field. Help these guys along. So we're having some outstanding 32s. Marco Franco up near the lead. He's run 159.98 this year, 156.08 last year. Silas Aber of Burroughs of Ridgecrest, second in the Hobby League last year. It's your early leader. He won the Burroughs Invitational 32 earlier this year. 66.3 that first revolution. Taco selling off at the Abers. Ekman in second. Now Grant Jones, Oak Park, into second. He's run 4:20.61 this year. 9:30.66. He was 8th at the Don Green 32, 2nd at the Thousand Oaks 32, and the Don Green 16. From that outstanding Oak Park program. Coming through right at the 9:20 pace. That was a 74, slowed down there. 2:20.6. Jones, Ekman, Acton of Hart now into the lead. Acton run 2 flat 11 this year. In the 8, that was a 67, so dropping it back down, 3:27, under that 9:20 pace now. Hecton was a Foothill League champion in the 32 and second in the 16. He ran 9:22.50 last year. PR was here last year. He was 4th in Southern Section Division III cross country, 30th in the state. He ran 15:47 at Woodward Park. Ekman, Caleb Burton of Crescenta Valley, and Jordan Herrera are your top 3. Jordan's from Clovis East, the Timberwolves. Coming down from the valley, run fast times here at Arroyo High. That was a 69, 70, 69 high, 70 low, 4:37.8. So we're under that 9:20 pace halfway home. A 10, Burton. Burton's run 1:56.06 this season. He was 4th in the Pacific League 8 last year. Burton now into the lead. He's PR'd in the 8, 16, and 32 this year. He was 17th at Redondo. Acton now back into the lead. $71.4, 549.2. Herrera of Ontario now into second. Herrera was 5th in a D1 Central Section 16. He's run 9:18.31 best. Herrera, Ortega, was 3rd in the Mount Baldy League 16 and 2nd in the 32. And we're heating up as we come to 2,400 meters. 69.9 on that revolution, just under 7 minutes. 6:59 flat through 24. So right at that 9:15 pace if we keep cutting it down. Ortega, Michael Ortega, Ontario, pushing it. Ortega, the leader from Ontario, just a junior. Looks like Burton in 2nd and Raza of Saugus in 3rd.
11th.
Two on that last lap. We were at 8:07. Great race in the back stretch. Blake Bay, the outstanding sophomore from Fresno Christian, is into the lead for the Eagles. He's run 4:25 this year. He was first at the Clovis East. Bay. And here comes Peraza with the victory. 68.8 last lap. Sebastian Peraza of Saugus, 9:16.24. Blake Bay, big PR for the sophomore, 9:16.53. Dorian Benning, Agura, big PR, 9:17.56. Carson Ekman, 9:18.48. Caleb Burton, 9:19.22. You can check all the results on finishedresults.com. And now we're coming to the last race of the night. Let's get excited here. Should have an outstanding 32. Have Max Douglas, Foot Locker National Qualifier. He's broken 9 already this year in this field. We have Grant Miller. He's run 9:14.93 this year. He ran 9:09.95 at this meet last year. He was 13th in the state in cross for Division II. He's the Condor Invitational 3,200 meter champion. Last race of the night. Let's get crazy and help these guys to run some crazy fast times here at the Arroyo High School track. The first time the Meet of Champions has been at this track. That's Max Douglas. He's run sub 9 this year, 8:59.28. And now Paul Krangila of Venice. He's run 1:52.53.32. He was the 8 champion in LA section, and he was a state qualifier in the 8 with that 1:53 and change. '64, good start. Let's see, 67.5 is right at that 9 flat pace. Tranquilla, Kia, excuse me. That's Derek Luna. Olderson Knee of Wildwood. He ran 4:20.16 this year. He's the Coastal League champion in 16:32. He is 4th in Division 4, 16. 2nd at the Malibu Invitational to J.R. Lester in the 32. He was 3rd in Division 5, Southern Second, 7th in the state. And we're coming through 2. .215.4, that was a 71, so slowed down significantly in that second lap. I think Trangia now Zion Ortiz up there and Andrew Quest. And we're coming to the 3rd lap. Usually a little break here in the 3rd lap. We'll see what happens. .70.8. .326.1. Looks like Aiden Antonio pops up quick from a fall there. Ortiz, Quast, and Grant Miller, your top 3. .68.8, 4:34.8. And the pace is picking up. Quest West Torrance, Ortiz, and Miller. Quest, Ortiz, and Miller stays the same. Now at last lap was 68.8. Quest, that was a 69.6. 5:44.5. About 9:10 pace right now. We have Quest, Ortiz, Miller. And looks like we're starting to get a little break here. Miller now moving on the outside. Quest continue to lead. Coming to 2,400 meters, and it looks like we're getting a little break of about 10 here. That was a 76.55.2. Flores, Glendora moving into the mix. We're coming to the bell. Quest, Ortiz now in the lead. Quest, and our 800 meter goes to the front. He was a state qualifier 153, and he's in the lead. And we're at 9:02. $8:20. Great race up front. See who has the wheels at the end here. Ortiz. That's Ortiz. Zion Ortiz with a big finish. We're at 8:45. 8:50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. That was a 57.2 last lap. Tranquilia with a big finish, 57.2, runs 9 flat, 44. Miller, 9:03.60. Sanders, Buchanan, 9:04.36. Zion Ortiz, 9:04.46. Oliver Hunter, 9:05.01. Ullerson Nee, 9:05.06. Finsa, 9:07.32. Floros, 9:08.98. Babbitt, 9:09.04. Williams 9:10:49. Quest 9:10:65. Reza, excuse me, 9:11:59. A Ford key fob, please take it down to the finish line area. And for those of you that are leaving, thank you for attending. Please pick up any trash around you. Thanks for attending the 34th annual High Racer Meet of Champions. Outstanding night here. If you're missing those Ford keys, we have them up at the press box.